Public Service Cabinet Secretary nominee Geoffrey Ruku has been put to task to explain his legislative proposals that sought to decriminalize criminalize activities when he appeared before the Parliamentary Vetting Committee. Ruku introduced the Anti-Corruption and Economic Crimes Amendment Bill 2023, aiming to amend the Anti-Corruption and Economic Crimes Act of 2003. The bill proposed the removal criminal penalties on failure to adhere to procurement laws and procedures and initiating public projects without prior planning or budgeting. While defending his bill, Ruku says corruption had been untenable in government offices and the bill will string those acquitted in criminal proceedings.
Criminalization of these frauds should not also make Kenyans, taxpayers' money be lost in a due process of prosecution and investigation. Honorable Speaker and my colleague, Honorable Kosin, will agree with me. Many cases, many corruption cases have been withdrawn. Many corruption cases have been acquitted. But monies, huge amount of monies, taxpayers' monies were lost. Acquittals have been there, withdrawals have been there, but monies from taxpayers were lost. We have not seen anyone asking that question. What happens because we acquitted this, but monies were lost?
Ruku was also tasked to explain his sponsorship of the Assembly and Demonstration Bill 2023 that was hugely criticized.
It's trying to endeavor is to protect the rights of other persons who may not participate in demonstrations, in assemblies, in picketings, and presentation of petition to public authorities. They have also the right to enjoy the natural state of environment which they conduct their business in. They have the right to go to hospital without intervention, children to go to schools without any hindrances. So also the right of children, the right of those who are sick need to be protected. So I was seeking to ensure we conduct demonstrations in the Republic of Kenya without causing damage, without loss of right. Without losing life.
Ruku also revealed he is 377 worth of million, or rather he revealed he is worth 377 million shillings. If the House approves his nomination, Ruku will replace Justin Muturi after an ugly fallout with President William Ruto and serve in the public service, human capital development and special programs. Hannah Cheptumo, who was nominated to the cabinet to serve in the Ministry of Gender, Culture and Arts, takes the hot seat at 4 p.m.
Pearl Newsbeat.
Government spokesperson Isaac Mora has trashed playwright Clopas Malala's assertions that his play Echoes of War was meant to settle political scores, not to settle political scores. Speaking to the media, Mora has termed as unfortunate that Malala is getting back at the government using school-going children, while regretting police excesses on the Butere girl students as unacceptable. Malala has condemned political players using innocent Kenyans to settle scores after falling out with the government on the ruling class. I beg your pardon. Mwaura condemned political players using innocent Kenyans to settle political scores after falling out with the government and the ruling class.
Issue of education to be politicized by political actors such as the former UDA Secretary General to settle political scores on account of saying that he is a thespian, is a playwright of many years. No, that is not acceptable. We know very well if it would have been any other person, that would not have been in question. But the person involved in this whole issue has had a fallout with the current administration. At some point, he was a senior official attending even cabinet, and he has used this opportunity to fight back the government using our children, and of course as a front. And that is playing drama, using drama to play drama.
At the same time, the government spokesperson confirmed National Treasury John Mbadi's assertion that the Finance Bill 2025 has not yet been filed. Morris said that a finance bill will be filed only if the revenue collected in the financial year 2024-2025 is determined not enough to cover the projected budget for the 2025-2026 financial year.
2026 budget process is still underway. No finance bill 2025 has been proposed, drafted or tabled in Parliament, As per established timelines, revenue-raising measures such as a finance bill only follow the release of the draft budget after April 30th. Kenyans will be fully engaged through public participation once the finance bill is officially submitted to Parliament. The government unequivocally states that there is no finance bill 2025 tabled anywhere yet, and such outrageous claims should be shunned.
Pearl Newsbeat.
And students from University of Nairobi have threatened to go on strike following the revocation of 4 members sitting in the University Council. Education Cabinet Secretary Julius Ogamba Migos revoked the appointment of Sally Toroitich, Ahmed Abdullahi, Parmei Nyarikai and Karen Omwenga on Friday last week. According to the students' leaders, the unexplained revocation of 4 members out of 6 ahead of the election of a new vice-chancellor is a plot to infiltrate the election slated for the end of this month. They have also accused the Education Cabinet Secretary of tampering with the election of the new university VC.
It is the responsibility and the work of the council to appoint the vice chancellor, but they are now manufacturing this chaos so that they can choose a candidate for the position of the vice chancellor. The next thing they are going to do is to bring council members who are their sycophants in order to appoint the vice chancellor of their choice. Why do they have vested interest on this matter? We as the students are the major stakeholders in this university.
Students cannot be waiting for months, for we don't know how long they'll have to wait without representatives. And we are seeing as if it is something that is being orchestrated by the administration. They want there to be a gap in student leadership so that they do not have a voice, so that the student leadership, the student union is silent. And we are seeing whatever they're doing. We have taken note and we are not taking it lightly. Comrades, power! Power!
The revocation comes more than a month after the removal of Professor Amokoha Anangwe as chairperson of the UN Council. Anangwe's ouster followed mounting pressure from university lecturers who had threatened to strike, demanding the dissolution of the council as part of broader governance reforms to improve efficiency and accountability.
Pearl Newsbeat.
And 4 individuals, including 2 Belgians, a Vietnamese citizen and a Kenyan, have pleaded guilty to charges of illegal possession and trade in live queen ants. In a case heard this morning at the Jomo Kenyatta International Airport Law Courts, prosecution led by Aled Mulama and Paula Rono told the court that the Belgians, namely Lor Noy David and Sepe, were arrested on April 5th at around 10 a.m. at the Jen Guest House in the Lakeview area of Naivasha, Nakuru County. The 2 were found in possession of approximately 5,000 live queen ants stored in 2,244 tubes with an estimated street value of 1 million Kenyan shillings. They were charged with dealing in wildlife species without a permit, contrary to Section 95C of the Wildlife Conservation and Management Act. In a separate but related case, Vietnamese national Du Hung Nguyen and Kenyan national Dennis Nganga were also charged with illegal possession and trade of around 4,000 live queen ants valued at approximately 200,000 Kenyan shillings.
Pearl Newsbeat.
And further field, Donald Trump says Chinese-made smartphones and other electronics will not be exempt from tariffs, adding they are simply moving into a different levy bucket. European stock markets bounced up on Monday morning after Friday's official announcement that some of these products will escape levies of up to 145%. China has called on Donald Trump to completely cancel his tariff regime and return to the right path of mutual respect. However, US officials said that products will be subject to a semiconductor tariff instead, with the Trump expected to reveal more details later. US Commerce Secretary Howard Lutnick said the new levy will be in addition to a host of global tariffs, with the US imposed earlier this month, then paused for 90 days. On Saturday, US Customs notice revealed smartphones, computers, and some other electronic devices will be excluded from the 125% tariff on goods entering the country from China. But Trump chimed in on social media saying there was no exemption for these products and called such reports about this notice as false. Instead, he said they are just moving to a different tariff bucket.
Pearl Radio, the home of fresh and classic hits.